Greetings all, I'm back. I'm in the process of making a dinner. This is a vegetarian dinner tonight, and I'm making this zucchini quiche because I bought a bunch of zucchini and some other yellow squash to make a dish to take to a lunch the other day. Here's my book. It's called The Vegetarian Epicure by Anna Thomas. And this book came out in 1972. Vegetarian Epicure. I've also got the Vegetarian Epicure 2, which they're fabulous vegetarian books. And I made this zucchini quiche. You see, I gave it 5 stars way back when. Let me read you the recipe. One recipe for a basic shortcut pastry. I'll show you that in a sec. And it calls for only a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheddar, but you'll see that doesn't make sense when I read on. Anyway, a 1/2 cup of dry breadcrumbs, 1/2 to 2 pounds of zucchini, 2 eggs separated, 1/2 cups of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of chopped chives, flour, cream of tartar, salt and pepper, and butter, which goes on the top. And let me find you the 285. Here's the short crust. Here's the pastry. 2 cups of unbleached flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is a stick and a half, a few drops of lemon juice, and ice water, which I put in way more than 3 tablespoons to get it. You just make this like a regular pie crust. So I'm going to move back to the recipe. Here we go. Show you what I have here ready, because I'm doing this myself. I'm ready to start assembling it. Here is my pie crust. I made it yesterday, and I put it in the fridge overnight, and then I rolled it out, and I put it in the fridge for a little while just now. So there we go. There's my pie crust. Here's my zucchini that I boiled in water, salted water, for 5 minutes. Okay, and this thing is the sour cream, 2 egg yolks, the flour, the chives, the salt, and the pepper. Right here we have the egg whites that I beat till stiff with 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. I'm going to stir these together somehow. I'm going to have to get a bigger bowl, I think. Right here I have, it's said to take the leftover cheese. Oh, I'm sorry. You take 1/2 cup of the cheese that was the mix of the parm and the cheddar, and you mixed it in with the pie dough. So I did that yesterday. I threw that all in there, the cheese, right before I put the water in it. And then the leftover cheese, which theoretically there wouldn't have been any because you just grated it. So I grated probably double the amount of cheese. And then I have a 1/2 cup of dry breadcrumbs. And then other than putting a little butter on the top, that's all. And then along with this, we're going to have some tomatoes. Oh, the farmer's market is getting really good. I hadn't been there in a while. There's so much good stuff there this week. Anyway, I'm going to put this together right here in my crust. You kind of build it in layers, like you're building a wall. So I'm going to layer the zucchini and then the eggy sour cream part just in layers. And at the end, you put that cheese and breadcrumb thing with a little butter on top, and then I'm going to bake it. I'll probably go ahead and get it done ahead of dinner because it really needs to cool off, any kind of a pie like that. Okay, I'll show you when I get it assembled. All right, I've put my first layer of zucchini in the bottom. And here is my mixture of the sour cream egg yolk with the egg whites folded in. So I just thought I'd show you that. I'm going to layer it all together, and I'll show you before I stick it in the oven. All right, here's the quiche. Before I put it in the oven, I have 3 layers of the zucchini and then the eggy mixture, 3 layers, and then I put the cheese and breadcrumb on top, and there's a little bit of cut up butter on there. Now I'm going to put this in the oven at 450 for, let's see, 10 minutes. And then I'm going to put it on 325 and bake it for about 40 more minutes. So we'll see it when it's finished. Here is my finished product, my zucchini quiche. Like I said, there was some little cheese on the top with the breadcrumbs. There was some cheese in the crust. Not super cheesy, though, for a quiche. Not super eggy. Just 2 eggs all together and a lot of zucchini. So we'll see you back at dinner time with the new, I think I'll see you back at dinner time with our plates and our tomatoes and maybe the cookies I made the other day that are fabulous. Some Allison Roman chocolate chunk shortbread. All right. See you in a little while.